that.
It's 4 degrees.
It's our first sunrise in season 4 actually.
I think we've been waking up so late, but right now in the mountains of Altai.
I've been waking up all night thinking that I can hear footsteps around. Because the tent was flapping so much because of the wind. I was constantly awake and only I think after 2:30 or 3 I fell asleep.
But this is beautiful.
We have come inside a yurt. There's fire in the middle, so it's warm here, and we're having coffee.
This one is giving us all the warmth that we didn't get last night, along with this guy. So, Uncle German took us to the yurt here that was serving tea, and he fed us tea. He said, after freezing all night in your sleeping bags, this should be a good one to start with. And we also returned the tents to our friends.
Now we go back to the car and sit in the warmth till the bottle opens up. I think it should open up in half an hour.
Yeah. So, it's still very cold. If you're in the sun, it feels a bit better, but once you're in the shade, it's freezing cold again. It's still about 7 degrees. Traffic jam.
These guys are the ones making noise beside our tents.
Они приученные, их доят домашние они. А у нас яки дикие, полудикие.
They milk the proceeds and they are domesticated in Mongolia, while our yaks are wild in Russia. We're finally moving. It's now almost 9:30 and I think we're getting closer to the gate. And once we get here, it's a pretty long journey across no man's land. But what we've understood is that we shouldn't be filming in this area. It's a pretty big deal. So we'll catch you after we get to the other side. We have finally entered Russia. It's taken us 7 hours to actually get onto Russian land. And a lot has happened, especially in the last 2 hours, that we'll explain once we get somewhere where we are staying tonight. It was a very, very difficult experience. now made it to Koshagash. It's the first big town after crossing the border. It's a pretty small ethnically Kazakh town, and that uncle and auntie actually live here. So they dropped us off in the city center, and now we're trying to find a way to another town that we saw on Google Maps, which is where we thought we'd spend our first night. It's a bit further, about another hour or so. Right?
Yeah.
So
We went to one of the mobile shops and asked if we could get a SIM card, and they said tourists cannot buy a SIM card in Russia this year onwards.
So that's pretty sad. Apparently, it's a law that was passed 1st of January, so we're going to be SIM cardless for the next 2 weeks. Our visa is only for 2 weeks, so it's going to be a bit tough. We've also just realized that only WhatsApp works. All other apps that we typically use, like
So
Facebook,
Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, nothing will work, and I don't think we'll be able to upload any videos.
so we're sorry about the potentially 2-week break from the videos that might happen now. We'll also explain what happened at immigration. It was very, very, very difficult for us to get across, but thankfully we did get in. Otherwise, it would have been crazy because we have flights booked to go back home on the 6th of August. So we'll explain more in a bit. First, we have to find a ride.
Right, the next town.
About another 30-kilometer ride with a very friendly Kazakh man. So he brought us out here to a place called Chagar. It's a very beautiful nature spot. There's 2 rivers actually flowing in. I think one of them is coming right from the mountain, so it's like really fresh. The 2 of them mixing together. There's like 2 colors coming together, and then it flows down into the mountains that way. And then he also told us that we should continue to head on this way. He brought us to a nice hitchhiking spot so that we can cover another 100 kilometers. So that's our destination for tonight. Hopefully we're able to find a place when we get there.
When I look at this view, it reminds me of the drawing we used to make as kids. Like mountains behind, a river flowing, grass on either side, some trees far away, and small huts here and there. It's the exact drawing every kid draws when they're young.
A quick change of plans. Hitchhiking didn't quite work. We stood there for almost an hour and a half, and there was no vehicle stopping. Everybody was just speeding right through.
And the wind was increasing and it was starting to feel really cold, so we decided we will search around in that same place for a place to stay.
Yeah.
And then after searching for 40 to 45 minutes, we finally found this one.
So we are in something that looks like a little lodge. This place is actually famous for a bunch of nature spots right outside. One of them is actually called Mars. It's basically a big rock formation with a lot of red sand layers.
We saw a similar one even in Kyrgyzstan and Iran.
Yeah, so we're not very keen on seeing that. Instead, what we wanted to see was this view behind us.
You see that big mountain? It looks like somebody has cut it into half and then it has powdered below. And when we were hitchhiking, we were standing right below that.
So there's also a nice little river right there.
Yeah.
We're staying inside this log cabin and we're only spending the night here.
This one here is the toilet.
And tomorrow we again have to continue our journey.
This one spot which we're going to visit tomorrow. I'm looking forward to this.
Hopefully we're able to go there. Hitchhiking so far seemed a bit difficult. We also don't have any food. So there's one magazine, as they call it in Russian. It's a supermarket They also have a little bakery inside, so we'll go and try get some food. When we come back, go inside and show you where we're spending the night. We'll tell you about what happened earlier today. The supermarket didn't really have any food, vegetarian food. They had a lot of meat and snacks, processed sugary food. So Shish and I decided to just skip dinner and call it a day. It's been a crazy 48 hours, so we're gonna just sleep. Before I go though, I just wanted to give you a quick update on what happened with immigration. Immigration was really stressful. I think it's the most stressful border crossing we've had. The Angola one was stressful in its own way, but this was not life threatening. But we were like very, very. I don't even know how to say it, but we've spent 7 hours going through immigration today. 7 hours. Even that one in Georgia was an hour. The bad experience we had in Cambodia was an hour, but this one really, it was so intense. Basically, the Mongolian side, we finished the exit procedures by 10 o'clock. So 1 hour from when we entered the gates, the convoy started moving. Because it was Mongol Rally Day and because the border was also closed for the last 2 days, there was a big rush of so many people moving across on both sides. Once we finished the Mongolian exit procedures, we started to drive through no man's land. That's when Shish and I realized this is not a place where you can cross the border on foot. It's nearly 25 kilometers between the Mongolian side and the Russian side, the two immigration offices. So the old uncle and auntie who picked us up yesterday and drove us to the border, they actually continued to take us through this entire place. And we finally got to the Russian side. There was a big queue of cars to actually reach the office gate. So we had to spend another couple of hours just waiting there. And finally at 2 o'clock, we got into the immigration office. As soon as the officer saw our Indian passports, and we had given the visa details as well, we had applied for the e-visa, which was super straightforward to apply for online. It gives us 16 days of time in the country. So we gave that e-visa as well as our passports, and she immediately called a senior. The senior said, come into a room. Shish and I got pulled into a separate room, and it was that's when it all began, an interrogation. The interrogation lasted almost an hour. I think about 30 to 45 minutes was spent on our phone, like not by us, but by the officers. They wanted to go through everything on our phone, so we had to give them our phone as well as the password to it. And they went through our WhatsApp, our email, our YouTube channel. They also went through our gallery, and they looked for anything private and sensitive about their political situation right now. Shish and I really did feel it was a lot to take on. Like as humans, you don't really want to go through this where people, probably go through your phone and stuff. But when we asked them, they were super polite the whole time. The officers, they told us it's a very sensitive situation because of what they have going on politically with a neighboring country. Shish and I don't want to talk about politics. We don't have an opinion. This is just a travel channel where we share our travel life with you guys. So we, apart from what we've learned in museums and history from like tour guides, that's all we really talk about on this channel. So I won't say anything more. But they were very polite, and they told us it's because of that situation that they are sort of required to go through and vet whoever is coming in. 1 hour of all of that, and then finally they told us we can come inside into the country. So they stamped us in, and then we got through. The old uncle and auntie surprisingly were still waiting for us, and like we felt so bad that they waited this whole time. But then they told us no, we couldn't leave you there alone because they were very worried. Anyway, they took us in the car again, and they brought us about 20-30 kilometers out from the border. Their hometown actually is there, so they dropped us off there, and from there Shish and I continued to hitchhike, and we got here to this place. So this was the crazy immigration experience we've had. My hand is freezing as well as going numb holding this phone like this, but this is what happened, and we just wanted to share it with you before we go to bed. So I'm sorry this vlog has been a bit crazy, but it's raw and real. Had no idea any of this would be happening today. So thanks you guys for still sticking with us, and we'll catch you in the next vlog. Bye.